All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over just real quick here my opinions on what might have played a factor in the gunman getting so many rounds off, um, and a couple other things. All right, now you can see all on the screen there where Trump was, right? The gunman was over on that roof, but not where that red dot was. He was probably over a little bit more towards, let me see if you can see my pointer. Yeah, you can. He was more over here, okay? So he had line of sight. Now, how he got up there, not sure if he came from the other side of the building where the parking lot is, where you can see, or the other side. There was a couple ladders there. Where they came from, who knows? We know this much: the guy wasn't walking around with a ladder. Someone would have said, "Hey, there's a guy walking around with an AR-15 and a ladder." I mean, you think they would have known that. Now, where the guy is shown on the roof, he had clear line of sight. Now, I do think there's proof of being that these roofs are the same pitch. Now the sniper team, the police sniper team, was set up. If you can see my pointer on this roof here, at this trajectory towards this guy, but actually they were in the middle of this roof almost. One of the guys was set up in the middle. There was two guys on that roof. One was set with his sniper tripod down real low. All right. The other guy had his up high. Now, maybe, just maybe, somehow they both were low and couldn't see, because you have to remember these are the same pitch roofs just about. And if this gunman here, where the red dot is, as you can see, if he starts backing off of this ridge on the roof, the more he comes down here to the end of the roof, to where he's almost like falling off, he disappears from this line of sight because they're the same pitch roof. And that might be why that sniper had to stand up more to try and get a better shot, because the guy was below trajectory of what the police snipers could see. And we know this much: the guy moved across that roof. If you can see my pointer, he moved across that roof and he was shot all the way at the end here. And he probably moved this way because he had cover with these trees. He might have came up this way through this parking lot and not even been seen. Why? Because the cover of these trees. They couldn't see him. He got right up on the building, moved all the way to the end here, took his shots to, you know, at Trump. He backed off, came down the roof where they couldn't see him. None of the snipers could see him. And he walked across the, well, he bear crawled across the roof and he popped up over here at the ridge. Now, whether he popped up there to try and return fire on them snipers, I'm not sure, or if he was on his way out of there and they just caught him. That sniper that was sitting on this roof here, right at the end, just caught that guy as he was getting over here and came right through these trees. The guy shot right through these two trees and caught him right here on the end where you can see my pointer, because that's where the guy ended up dying. That's where he went down. When you can hear in the phone recordings of people that were all the way over here by these trees were saying he's down now. Well, he was all the way over here. So whether he was on his way out of there or it was a do or die mission. Either that or it was a do or die mission. He was in it for everything. He didn't care. He was either going to die that day or get out of there after he took out people. But what's interesting is there was police in that building, and I do believe at least one police officer came out of that building looking, because I think the other cop that was outside radioed inside and said there's someone on the roof, and he came out, tried to get on the roof to see who was up there, and he fell. I guess the guy opened fire on him, and he fell off and hurt his hip. The other cop couldn't see him because the cop was on the ground, right? You can't see up 10 feet up in the air or whatever it is. Both roofs were the same heights. Pretty much basically the same height. Both buildings were the same size and height. So if that shooter backed down the ridge, them snipers lost view of them. Now, if you look all the way up in the corner here's the water tower. And if they would have had a guy up there in the water tower, he would have seen that right off the bat. He had a triangular shot. If he was on the water tower, he could have shot anybody this way, and he could have shot anybody this way. And these guys here would have been in charge of anything here and here. It makes sense to me why he got so many rounds off. Now, here's the thing. They need proof that he was walking around with a rifle. Because people are saying, oh, he was walking around with a rifle. We don't know that. The people that they interviewed said they seen him on the roof with a rifle. All right. Now, either someone's lying or something, because they're saying this guy walked in there. He got nervous when he went to the metal detectors. That means that guy must have walked through the metal detectors with an AR-15 somehow and walked to that building, got a ladder out, climbed on top, or was carrying a ladder or whatever. I mean, their stories ain't adding up. Yeah, that's what I was saying in the other video I did, that the rifle might have been already there in the ladder. Yeah, very well might have been. And they probably were confused when they got radios. When that cop got radioed, there's someone on the building in there, and that was actually the building they were using. There was other cops in that building, not just one cop. So they probably were confused, like, yeah, right, we're running the whole thing out of this building, and you're telling me there's a guy on top of our roof, and that could have been another breakdown in communication with Secret Service or even the police department. Them were police snipers. They probably were like, hey, there's a guy over on that building with a rifle. They probably thought, because that was the headquarters, that's where they were calling the shots from and everything, supposedly. But the videos out on that could be wrong. But if that's the case, then these snipers here on this roof behind Trump that were cops probably didn't believe it, because that's where they had somebody already. So they were like, probably either they couldn't see him when he came up on this side of the building, he was covered by the trees, or the cops inside that building, once they got radio that somebody was on top of the roof, they might have thought it was another cop, another security sniper team or something. a lot of it. And when you have so many security teams in one place, you usually do have communication breakdown. That might have been part of this. Could they have planned it better and had people better staged? Sure. Could they have drones, using drones uh, with small crowd control devices on them to stun the guy, or even small caliber weapons to for an incident? Sure, they could have, but it ain't making sense. What's making sense is, yeah, it makes sense that this guy got off so many rounds, and he used this building as cover, the roof. He knew what he was doing. That's why you could see him backing off the roof, going down to the low part, like if he was going to jump off the roof, because he probably knew these guys wouldn't be able to see him and get a clear shot. And then he just bear crawled across the roof all the way to this corner here, trying to get out of there probably, or take out these snipers, because he did have a shot through that tree at these snipers, and they got the better shot and took him out. Many of things could have been done, but uh, things like this happen. It, it does happen. No, nobody is perfect. We only strive to be perfect. Even the Navy SEALs have made mistakes in combat and been killed. No, nobody is perfect. You can only do the best you can with what you're given. And I would have called the whole thing off if they just didn't have enough guys. If I had a security guy go in there and say how many dudes we need, and how big should we be, area should we be covering? If he came back and said we need these amount of guys, and these areas need to be covered no matter what, but we don't have the manpower, I would have called the whole thing off. Either that, or you call in, you bring in drones that are capable of covering ground, a lot of ground, real fast. I mean, that's just my opinion. But something's fishy. Now, either this guy knew the layout already and he just got lucky and there was a ladder laying up against the building, or someone had it already placed there ready, or he was there before Secret Service came in and all this stuff was already set there and ready to go. Something ain't adding up, I'll tell you that much. But this guy walking around with a weapon, and how'd he get through the metal detectors? Everyone's saying he looked real nervous when he got by the metal detectors. Uh, well, then there was the first failure of security. The metal detectors didn't pick it up. But I don't believe that he even went through a metal detector with an AR-15. If he did go through a metal detector, then he didn't have no weapon on him, or the metal detector failed, or he already had the weaponry placed. Very interesting, the layout here, though. Does it surprise me he got so many shots off? Not if he had cover. No. Not if he was right underneath their noses, right on top of the building. Supposedly they're running security at him, or even have a couple cops there to uh, secure the place. They probably didn't believe it when they got to go. There's a guy on your roof right now with a weapon. What? Where? And you do hear the cop walking around the building going, "Where's he at? What are you talking about? How did he get up there? Who knows, man? Who knows?" I know this much. They did show a civilian film in that area, and there was a ladder there, but it was shorter than the other ladder. There was 2 ladders there. Something fishy. What do you think, Deborah? Oh, hello, Miss Debbie Fox. Hello. I didn't see you come in. I'm looking at the big screen and I got another monitor to the side with YouTube on it. So, yeah, that's very interesting. Uh, well, he might have just got lucky, went to that building and stayed undercover, and there was a ladder there. He grabbed the ladder and got up on the roof. I don't know. Maybe his destination was that water tower. We don't know, but maybe you couldn't get up on that water tower. I know one thing. He definitely used them trees as a line of cover. He must have knew them snipers were going to be there. He must have knew it. He must have seen them. If he was anywhere around there, as soon as he got up on that building, he would have seen them 2 snipers on that building. He must have used them trees as cover. And that's probably why them snipers couldn't see him right away, because he already did his shots and then he crawled back down the before anybody knew anything, he already crawled back down the roof, backed out, bear crawled back out of there, boot scoop boogied to the other side, either trying to get out of there or trying to take out these snipers that were right here on this building. And they shot him right through them trees, I bet, and poof, right there. Got him right there. And the evidence is in the photos because there's a blood trailing all the way down the roof and looks like a backpack or something. Yeah, if you don't have security, if you don't have enough manpower for a job like this, you call the rally off. We just ain't got the manpower to cover it, right? And even though they had probably enough manpower, maybe they didn't have them positioned right. I definitely would have had somebody on that water tower because it was taller than even the trees, and whoever was on that water tower would have had uh, vision to take out anybody around there, but they didn't have no one on the water tower. Like I said, my other option, I would have called in tactical drones, drone copters. They're like helicopters, folks. They just sit there and hover. But when you want it to be somewhere and it needs to be there fast, that little sucker moves. And they're capable of being armed with small caliber weapons and cameras and everything. Would I have used something like that being underpowered and stuff? Yeah, because it only takes one dude to operate it. It only takes one dude to operate. And he would have been able to cover miles with that drone. They're that fast, folks. And if they're armed properly, they're very deadly. Let me see what old Debbie said. He was probably already up there before this happened. He could have been. Debbie, you're right. He could have been already up there before everybody even showed up. He was hiding somewhere. But it don't explain people saying that he was walking around, that they seen him walking around. Right? When I'm looking at this photo, aerial photo, what does it look like to me? It looks like this was an old uh, airport that they turned into some kind of a 4-H fairground or something. To me, it looks like it might have been an old airport or something. Who knows? But it is very fishy. They did have snipers set up on this building, as you can see my pointer, and they had one set up on this building all the way at the end, pointing this way. And this sniper was pointing this way. So he might have, either someone's story is not adding up, and that dude was not walking around there. He was not anywhere near the metal detectors. And he actually came up behind everybody outside of the security perimeter, somewhere in this parking lot or over here in this other parking lot, parked his vehicle and came up, walked around, and got up on this roof. And how do we know that? Well, because there was people here by these trees up here where it says gunman. There's trees up here. And there's another parking lot. So if he would have came walking up with a weapon and a ladder, people would have seen him and said, there's a dude with a gun and a ladder walking around this building. But there wasn't reports of that. The only reports that came in was they seen someone on a roof with a weapon. They didn't see him walking around the building or getting up there. They seen him already on the roof with a weapon. Very interesting, though, right? How he got up there. Now, some people are saying that he climbed up this AC air unit. Could he have? Yeah. I know exactly where they're talking about, right here. There's like four pipes coming out of there, and then there's a big AC unit under it, which he could have stood up there and skimmied up there. But I think he would have been seen by these snipers. See, they had a clear shot there of him, which everyone can see. But if he moved over here, or if he tried climbing up this AC unit, the ductwork coming out of the side of the building, these guys would have seen him. They would have hit him before he even started getting up there, because they would have seen him trying to climb with an AR-15 on over his shoulder. Yes, YouTube, quit taking people's comments away. The only thing I can think of is you might be YouTube might be civilians. You guys. I don't see any comments. Gone, Debbie. I don't see them. They're not showing up as being deleted or retracted or under review. On my end. All right, let's see what else we can find out here. All right, here's a little bit better of a shot. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, let's back up there. All right, here we go. Oh, come on. There we go.
And the director of the Secret Service.
There are also questions about why counter-sniper.
Ooh, now look at these guys are just setting up. It looks like they're just walking up to their weapons, right? Let's rewind that a little bit. Let's go back here because I want to see this one photo. Oh yeah, and that's probably why that guy did that. He was running for cover, man. As you guys can see on this See, look at how flat that roof is, right? There's a ridge there. It's about the same height as this roof here, but this has got a little bit more of a pitch. How did they not see him? The only thing I could think of is he backed down off of that ridge just enough where they couldn't see him. And he was on his way out of there, or he was going to try and, it was a do or die situation. And he was going to try and take out these dudes that were over here on this roof. Yeah, and look at, here's a cop car right here. If you zoom in, there's a cop car already. And it looks like this is afterwards. So he must have been under the cover once he got on this side of the building by these trees or something, because they should have been able to see him unless that roof there, and there is that air conditioning duct. Somebody said it's possible he could have skimmied up the side of the roof right here. But I think these guys right here would have seen him. All right, let's see what they're talking about. They're showing these guys walking, the two security guys walking on the roof there. So they might have had to readjust. Yeah, there they are. They're upright. They're walking. I don't see the weapons out yet. So maybe they were just setting up, or they couldn't see them and they were readjusting. If you look there, they're both standing up, and I'm looking real good, and I can't see a sniper rifle yet. So they might have been just setting up there, or they were already set up down the way and they had to move, reposition to see what was going on. Look at little Debbie is all upset. Look at her cause. Oh my God, the little redhead's gone wild. Communists don't let us speak. That's what she said. Our minds. YouTube are communists. Oh my God, this is horrible. She's gone, man. I told you not to upset the mind. She's gone wild. She is upset. I don't blame her. I got your message, Miss Fox. Can you hear me? There's censor and everything. I wouldn't doubt it, because we're hot on this one. We're like, well, how did this even happen? Here's the guys right here. Here's the two security guys right there on the building. They're standing completely straight up. I really don't see anything. And just a second before that, looked like they were walking up to that area. This is just flabbergasting. Debbie can't hear me no more. This is just unreal. See, now here they look like they're set up. See? Now you see how this guy's got his tripod set up high, but he actually goes to take his weapon off of the tripod and come down low. This guy's on his knees. And they might have had to reposition or get set up. I mean, they weren't even 5 minutes into Trump's speech. So maybe Trump already started talking and doing his speech, and them guys were just walking up or were looking around, standing up. Not sure. Debbie, can you hear me? YouTube has tried to blocking everything I do. I could feel the evil coming on me. Oh, there goes my arm. It's all buckled up now. Putting the old voodoo on me. This account, can you hear me? This account. I'm wondering if you can hear me. Debbie's saying everybody can't comment on my channel or can't hear me. YouTube shut my YouTube channel down. This is ground control to YouTube, yeah. I wish you would stop driving all my subs completely mad, you know. Yeah, so it's very interesting. A lot of conspiracy going on. Do you folks see how the conspiracies start? Right in front of your faces right now. There's already conspiracies. But what the thing is we're trying to show you folks, conspiracies are real. You're looking at it right now. You've seen it unfold right in front of your faces with just the stories that people are telling. The guy was walking around. He had an AR-15. He was by the metal detectors. He looked real nervous when he was walking in there. Well, I think he would be if he had an AR-15 walking around. Even hidden, the metal detectors would have picked it up. You're seeing a conspiracy be built right in front of you, and people are going, conspiracies. It's all a bunch of crap. Is it really? I don't think it is. Conspiracies are real, and what you're seeing is media saying, well, there was a breakdown in Secret Service. It was the police. They didn't do their jobs. Everyone didn't do their jobs, and now all the stories start going with all these people. Here's the bottom line: there was a breakdown somewhere, or a conspiracy. I don't know. Let me read my chat real quick. I noticed my comments were missing or deleted on a different stream. YouTube is messing, Johnny. Oh, all right. I can hear you, yes. Thank you. I can't with conspiracy theories. Sometimes they are real. Oh, sure they are. And sometimes they're created right in front of us. It's actually not what happened, but they create it right in front of us. I have to say, media is guilty of it, and also the government. Everything. A lot of people don't like Trump for numerous reasons. A lot of people don't like Biden for numerous reasons. That's just the bottom line. There's nothing we can do about it. There's millions of people that hate me. Right? There's millions of people that hate all of us. Nothing we can do about it. Hold on a minute, folks. I got to check something real quick. Holy monkey dog, cream of corn and broccoli. All right, we're back. So, could have a lot of things been done? Sure. For one, I would have called it if they didn't have enough manpower. How about a Big Mac, Mr. President? Not today. We'll do a couple of drive-thrus through the McDonald's, get a Shamrock Shake. There's just not enough manpower. to completely protect you 100%. So today is McDonald's Day. We're going to go inside and play with the hamburger. Johnny, can I ask you a question? Sure, ask me. About who is in charge. The cops told the Secret Service to leave. The Secret Service would not leave. On the other hand, if the Secret Service told the cops to leave, the cops would leave. Who knows? You have to remember, you probably had 3 teams there. You had Secret Service, you had the police department that they called to ask for support, and then you probably had some of Trump's own private security teams there. And when you got a whole bunch of security teams that are not connected to certain frequencies or radios and ain't 100% connected to each other verbally, breakdowns happen. There's numerous questions that some of us are asking. Why weren't we using our tactical drone for surveillance and possibly protection? I don't know, folks. I don't know. Why weren't there more people there, more service people there or whatever, or police or whatever? I don't know. Should the security ring be a little bit longer with boots on the ground? Sure. Right? More police on the ground or whatever, possibly. Numerous questions. Let me see what else is going on. Christopher Valdez says the not so secret service. Yeah. There are a lot of teams, but it's Secret Service who runs it. If they tell the cops to leave, the cops have to go. Cops cannot tell Secret Service to leave. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Well, they're contractors. They're private contractors. When the federal government needs the police department, they contract them out to help run security. They got little Debbie. Oh my God, they took out one of my mods. She's gone. Look at it. They must have been. Oh my God. Let me see what this account says. A while back, a month or so, a lot of people said Trump should lose his Secret Service protection. Yes, that is true. That is true. It wasn't that he should lose his Secret Service. It's that he shouldn't have that much. All ex-presidents are assigned Secret Service after they're out of the presidency. It's a given thing. But Trump wanted more Secret Service, and I agree is still running for president, so they should have upped it a little bit with security. You know me, I'm always about security. I'm always screaming on this channel. I need to up my security. It's all about security. For everyone, not only the rich. And I ain't rich. For us poor people, us idiots. What's little Debbie doing now? She's gone. I'm telling you, they got her. She sent me a message. They must have been watching her. I already miss her. She was a good mod. She was here every day for I don't know how many years. I know they got her. They must have got her, but could have been a triangular love affair or something like that. I'm not sure, but if you're watching, Debbie, we love you on this channel. But you're gone. I can't see you on my channel. And your comments and everything are disappearing. Let me see what this. She was just here, Johnny. She was probably about 5 minutes ago. She's gone now. She sent me a message, right? Her messages are disappearing in my chat. And I'm like, something's going on. What did you do, Debbie? What did you do? And she's like, Johnny, I get. And that's the last I heard of her. Let me see. Do you guys see her in my chat? I don't see her. What happened to her? Johnny, look, she's here. Debbie, type like 6 messages right in a row. I don't see her. They got her. They knew I was probably falling for her. And they'll do that. They'll do that. When you get too close to love, they'll take that from me if they can use it. And that's must have what it was. It must have been love, but it's and they must have got her. They must have got her. It must have been love. Let me see what this account's saying. Put your glasses on. She's here. I only see you because she does that. She's very mysteriously. She's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Very secretly. Very powers that. I don't know how she does it, but let me see. Put your glasses on. She's right here. Oh, let me, hold on. Let me look for my glasses. It must have been love, but it's over now. Well, it was just a matter of time. That's how they control me. Women, booze, and all kinds of stuff. Oh, there she is. I see her. I put the glass. Debbie, where were you? I cannot believe her. She's there in chat now. At first I couldn't see her. She's been here the whole time. She wasn't here the whole time. I can look in my chat and see there's a giant gap where she didn't say nothing. Even when I asked her questions, she did not say nothing at all. She disappeared. I see her now. Debbie, where were you? And why do you keep doing this? That's all I'm going to ask. You had us worried. See, now she's saying they took her comments. And that's why I couldn't see what was going on. I think it's some kind of a psychological mind game attack against me or some kind of against Debbie or something. Maybe they're trying to program her. Debbie, you are a good woman. You are a good woman. And you don't need to listen to them. I'm breaking the brain spell they put on you, or whatever kind of hypnosis, or whatever it is, some kind of booty shaker. But I'm breaking it in Jesus' name, amen. And didn't tell it what. Did you get a bot, Johnny? Got a Johnny bot. Very deadly. Very deadly. The Johnny bot. YouTube takes my comments to who's his bot. I want to block all bots. They bother me. Well, you'll love the Johnny bot. Very polite. He'll even get you a cup of tea or coffee. But once you go ahead and upset him, then the Johnny Chop comes out. Johnny Chop. Yeah, yeah. Johnny Chop. And they go down. Me too. It's so dumb. Oh, now I'm dumb. After I was just worried that they got to you. And I know what you're going to say. Johnny, who are they? They are them. And what you're watching on this whole YouTube thing about Trump, that's them. And they are them. And they. Just kidding. Is Lane Staley around anymore? He came back after a break. And he came right back in my chat and started with the same stuff. Johnny, your channel is boring. It's the same stuff. I said, Lane, you don't have to watch. I was very polite. Very polite. You don't have to watch what I do on this channel. Just be good. And I even said, hey, Lane, glad to see you're back. And then he started right back with his old rhetoric, right? No penis, Johnny, no, with all this and that. And I had to time him out. Security, it's all about security. Johnny Bot is the only one that gets butt hurt. Who's no? Don't be butt hurt, Debbie. Don't be butt hurt. It was a good love for a long time, but they got to. Already corrupted your brain. Lane Staley and Christopher Valdez and all these other YouTube men have already gotten inside your brain and corrupted you. It's too late. Debbie, who's the bot? Who is the bot? You know, a lot of people are saying that this was staged by Trump himself. I don't know. Trump is a showman. Could he pull something like this off? It's possible. You'd really have to trust somebody. We're going to take an air. We're going to let this guy that's half blind take a shot at you from 200 yards away. All to do that? I don't think so. I think it was real. You know, this is the second or third kid that tried to take Trump out at a rally. This has happened before to Trump. And it was a kid. I don't know, Johnny, unless they are watching your channel. Yeah, they're watching all right, because they're going, my God, I wish Johnny Kramer would work for us. And believe me, they call all the time. I'm retired. You couldn't pay me enough money. I want to hear money. Money. How much am I going to make? I'm doing it right now for free for my country. Would it be, I don't know why they keep changing stuff. Back in the olden day, it was like a circle, a ring of fire. You had just rings of like every 50 feet or 100 feet was a circumference of Secret Service dudes. And that went out for miles, right? They changed. I don't know why they changed something that ain't broke, but there must have been a breakdown somewhere. Let me read my chat. Unless there's someone we don't know, there is nothing special enough about any of us in this chat or you that the government will be targeting or watching. No, hell. And that'd be a problem if the government thought I was taking over the government. You need, for one, you need manpower. For two, you need buttloads of cash. And if I had buttloads of cash, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. I might be to show how beautiful my life has become since I'm in the gutters of hell or whatever. And I made it. But being rich, do you really make it? Do you really make it? You go by the Bible, rich man is it's going to take you longer to get to heaven, I guess. Who knows? I mean, they be so damn bored listening. Oh my God. They'd be wasting their money. My family was in the military. And I was raised to respect your country. And some of them were, one of them I think was military police. So I was born to respect police, right? Their authority. But these days it's 2024, and the ones we thought were authority and godly people are not. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. You think I would risk any? I'm poor, and I still don't want to give up my freedom. You think I would risk doing something like this to my fellow countrymen or neighbor or whatever uh, for 15 seconds of whatever and your freedom? You got to be crazy. I wouldn't do it for $5 million. That's the problem. I just won't do what they want. And I've been offered. But there's more to life than money. Don't get me wrong. In this world, we need money to survive. The whole thing is based on money. But there's just some things I won't do. I guess I got morals to become rich. I'll act like a fool. But I ain't going to destroy life uh, to become a rich man. That kind of goes against the Bible. It don't make sense. All right, let me see what's going on in my chat. You can't leave these ladies alone too long. Next thing you know, they get all rowdy. Hold on a minute. Let me see what's going on. Sometimes I get bored listening to myself. So do I. I'm bored too myself. Money cannot buy happiness. No, it can't. It helps. But depending on how bad you are, you can have all the money in the world, but if you got a mental illness where you're depressed all the time, money ain't going to help you. Medicine might. The Lord might. All right, let's see what else. This accounts as Debbie Fox. Do you know the bot that shows up in the video comment that it's always a picture of butt? And I comment that's like the engagement of minds here, so inspired. I don't know what bots you ladies are talking about. Sometimes I think you ladies just love to mess with our men's minds. Very devious. I don't know. I don't see no bots. Good God Almighty, someone save me. All right, let's see what else we can find real quick. This was the Wall Street Journal YouTube channel that I was watching. Folks, make sure you check out the Wall Street Journal YouTube channel. All right, let me see what else I can see here. La, 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 la. Ooh, Trump might have been hit in the tummy. You see that circle there on his jacket? We are now watching the Wall Street Journal
Assassination of Donald Trump. Misinformation and conspiracy
YouTube
theories
channel.
spread rapidly online. It took authorities roughly 8 hours to publicly confirm the identity of the gunman because he was not carrying ID. This allowed ample time for unfounded theories about the gunman's identity to spread widely. As reports of the shooter's name began to surface and the FBI confirmed his identity as Thomas Matthew Crooks, many on social media began posting a photo of someone they thought
Yeah,
was the
that'd be
shooter.
him.
But this image was incorrect. The person who was actually in the photos responded on X, posing as the real.
Now, folks, I want you to watch this because now, do you see how people they're playing a role here? Do you see that they're saying, "Well, this is the guy"? They show him, but it really wasn't the guy. This is a different guy that looks like him. Now we have lookalikes. There are 3 suspects that they were looking at. 3 different guys. They're like, which one got shot? One of them was a terrorist. Supposedly had terrorist tactics or whatever, or ties, or left winger or right winger or whatever. But all 3 of these guys looked the same, pretty much, right? Let's watch a little bit more of this.
Real shooter and mocking those who shared images of him.
My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Still,
Now, see, he says he's the wrong guy. He looked like the guy, but it wasn't him. See, now what we are seeing right now is people that were in place. Now, this is how conspiracies are created, folks, right in front of your face. Almost like the JFK killing, assassination, where there was people that involved themselves in the thing.
screenshots and edited clips of the video spread widely as though it were a message from the real shooter. Another widespread conspiracy theory shared by would-be internet sleuths claimed that a dark spot on Trump's chest in a photo was proof he had been shot in the chest and had been saved by a bulletproof vest. Photos of the same moment show there is no bullet hole in his jacket. Trump later released a statement saying he was shot in the ear.
Now, see, this is how conspiracies are created. And people, when we say conspiracy, people look at us as we're crazy. But here it is happening right in front of your eyes, folks. They are creating it. Now you have a coup because now there's more than one person must have been involved, or there must have been someone's lying. Trump was shot in the chest and in the ear, and there was more than one shooter. This is how this stuff starts.
This unfounded theory was viewed millions of times after being shared by several popular accounts. This same moment also fueled conspiracy theories that the shooting was staged. In one post viewed millions of times, an ex-user claimed if there were actual danger, the Secret Service would not have allowed Trump to remain a target after shots were fired.
Now that's true. I'm going to tell you folks the truth. That is true, what that lady just said. People think it was staged because in real life, Secret Service would not have let him stand up and do all this stuff that he did. And that is the truth. Now, people are saying either this was staged or these guys were just completely incompetent. But 20 years ago, 30 years ago, Trump wouldn't have been able to do that. They would have walked him or out of there with Trump humped over like the Notre Dame of Hunchback Notre Dame or whatever. And he would have been covered by guys, and they would have rushed him to the beast or whatever armored vehicle they had, and he would have been out of there. So that is true. That lady is saying that's the truth.
Former Secret Service agents the journal spoke to said the agents around the former president were acting in a way that was consistent with the agency's protocol. They moved quickly to surround him and then worked together effectively to move him from the stage once it was safe to do so. The rush to establish a motive for the shooting also led to viral misinformation. Ex-users claimed the video of a man shouting hateful comments about Republicans was of the shooter. In reality, the video is of an Arizona State University student reacting to Trump's acquittal request for comment. Some of the original posts no longer appear on the platform, and others have been tagged with community notes from other ex-users correcting them.
This is the shot that I look over, because from this angle, there's that water tower, right? If they would have had a guy on that water tower, would he have seen that person? Oh, definitely. He would have been able to see everything.
Posts. But misinformation continues to spread rapidly.
Yeah, very interesting. Now, here's everyone making videos debunking conspiracy theories. Do I think the guy was a lone shooter? Let me read my chat real quick. No, he wasn't shot in the chest. It was the air. I know. Internet medicine and even make fake pictures. Exactly. That's why I'm trying to explain to you stuff. Conspiracies. You're watching a conspiracy be created right in front of your face with these videos. Right? You're right about that. Now let me see what little Debbie Fox is saying. This account, I am starting to wonder. It wasn't staged. No, Trump would have had to put a lot of trust in that guy who was pulling the trigger to let him shoot an air off, right? I don't think so. I don't think that part at all is staged. What I think is staged is now the videos come in, right? You got the video creators that are putting out videos saying this, and then you have the other side saying that. And then you got the fake videos, photo op videos being put out, and it's creating a conspiracy. It's creating a mystery. Right? That's what it's doing. All right, what else do we got here? You know what I don't understand is how come we sign up for YouTube, but we can't show other people, we can't watch YouTube as we make videos. Hey, we want you to be on YouTube, but we don't want you to watch YouTube as you are making a video. What do you that's what the whole thing is for me to
A
discuss.
secret-
Hey, check out this channel or this creator.
A secret audio and video recording of a phone conversation between Donald Trump and RFK Jr. has leaked. On the phone call, Donald Trump is heard behaving kind of like a wacko. I mean, not really
Oh, boy.
surprising, but when you hear it on audio, it's fairly jarring. Donald Trump professing anti-vax views to RFK Jr., seeming to ask for RFK Jr.'s support and endorsement. Also talking about the phone conversation he received from President Biden. This audio and video recording was released by RFK Jr.'s son, Bobby Kennedy III. I'm going to play for you.
Oh boy, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Don't you folks see that? It's just a feeding frenzy. It's just horrible. And it will probably get worse and worse. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Always with you. And I'll be home every day. And I'll send all my love to you. All my loving I'll be giving you. Oh my God, tornado warning. Ooh, that's up there by Miss ATS News. Tornado warning.
Saturday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. Saturday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. Sunday, partly sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. Sunday night, partly cloudy. Lows around 60. Monday, partly sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. Monday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 60s. Tuesday, partly sunny with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-80s. Chance of rain 40%. At 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at the Syracuse Airport, it was cloudy. The temperature was 80 degrees, with a dew point 72, and the relative humidity 76%. The wind was west at 16 miles per hour. The pressure was 29.7.
We even got storms popping up around here.
Have a one if you get a drummer.
Chuck, if you want to seal the ball.
Today we're going to.
We're back. Let's do the. It's.
Well, now I just seen a video a couple hours ago that were saying that Iran was plotting to get rid of Trump somehow. Or, I mean, it just gets worse and worse. So sad the men that lost their lives and his family. Yeah, he was a fire department dude. I mean, you got to ask yourself, as many as shots as he got off, the shooter, I cannot believe he didn't take Trump out. Was Trump the target and not someone else? I don't know. I mean, it's just a thought. I mean, you people don't have to try and kill me because of a thought. But I find it hard with that straight on of a shot. And he got off 4 or 5, maybe 8 shots, they're saying. How did he miss? Or was Trump not the target? He just got close to Trump, right? Trying to get someone else. He was a Trump supporter. Take it up, baby. This account, do you know, will I get struck for this video? Debbie, will I get struck for having this video showing this stuff? I did mention the channel's names that we were watching. You don't think you'd want anybody talking about it? Probably not. Probably not. What the heck just happened? Did I lose volume? You're probably right, Debbie. Oh my God.
If you think you understand.
You know, it's funny. I mean, we really don't know why this happened. Was somebody pissed? Was it planned? Was there more involved and this kid was just a potsy? Were people upset because Trump was going to let people know his new running mate, which everyone's shocked. They're like, who's the heck is he? Well, he's from Chicago. He's a televangelist or minister or whatever. Are people upset about that? Maybe. Who knows? All the crap and the signs being held up. I can't figure out if Joe Biden is fired or Trump. Did Joe Biden fire Trump? I mean, you read the signs that were behind him. Joe Biden, you're fired, Trump. Some of the signs just said, you're fired. And then behind that person was a big giant sign that said, or underneath it, Trump. I mean, what the heck? And now there's people making videos out there saying these people ain't even Republicans. They vote Republican, but really, deep down in their hearts, they're Democrats. And I'm like, this is nuts. This is why this country is in the predicament it's in. I'm sorry. Today was Taco Tuesday at LA Express. And I'm eating a giant taco. from this afternoon's lunch, and I'm eating the leftovers. All right, folks. Is there anything anyone else wants to talk about? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right there, Deb. Well, look at what's right in front of you right there. Unashamed with the Robertson family. That looks like Uncle Si and Phil giving their opinion on what happened to Trump. Well, we all know Uncle Si, you piss him off, and you're going to have to deal with the napalm, because that's what he makes is napalm. Gasoline and petroleum jelly. He makes his own napalm. They blow stuff up. It's crazy. Debbie, you cannot deny it. No, Debbie is a Duck Dynasty fan. We all are. We all are. But I draw the line when Uncle Si starts making napalm. Stuff they used in Vietnam. He's got the same Tupperware cup from 1963 when we were in Vietnam. His mother gave it to him. He took it all the way over there. Brought it all the way back from Vietnam. It's probably 50 years old. That was a piece of Tupperware that we made in the 50s and 60s. You can kill a man with that cup. It won't break. We don't make stuff like we used to. No, Debbie, I know you're in love with Duck Dynasty. I know it. You know it. You sell me out for an Uncle Si poster or a Willie poster. She would sell me out for a Duck Dynasty poster. I know she would. Ooh, doggy, I already got jalapenos and cheese on this taco, and tomatoes. And I went ahead and made the mistake to put some Diablo sauce on it. And it's spicy. Let me see what Debbie said. I like a bathed man. Willie, yes. Uncle Si, no. No, Debbie. Bless your little heart. Uncle Si, what do you think about this whole thing? What do you think? Well, I'll tell you right now, Jack. Napalm all the way. I'd have napalmed them all. Are you sure, Uncle Si? Yep. Or I would have beat him half to death with my teacup, my tea glass. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done with this YouTube stuff. And good God Almighty, Dan Spivey and You know, I wish I can make you folks laugh. I know I talk like I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm just talking for content. I chased this account away from her. Taco's not bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. God bless. All glory goes to God. Who knows what happened, why it happened, where it happened? We don't know. One day we'll know. It's almost like the Delphi murders and Doug Carter. Right? You want to know what we know, and one day you will know. I hope I never know nothing. God bless America, and you folks have a great day. Talk to you later.
I am unashamed. What about you?
So welcome down to Shame. It's been a madhouse.